The Voyager's light sped through the cold black, engines burning blue as the station shrank behind them. No one spoke. Silence filled the ship like mist, thick and uneasy. Each crew member was lost in thought, haunted by what they'd seen, by what had spoken to them. But the story was not over. 2 cycles later, deep in their ship's memory banks, a new anomaly began to surface. It was the orb. Or rather, what the orb had left behind. Dr. Sira was the first to notice it, a low, rhythmic pulse resonating through the ship's systems. Not harmful. Not even truly digital. It was musical. The station uploaded something, she whispered, staring at the screen, watching a pattern repeat itself, a spiral, slowly turning inward, like the eye of a storm or the path of a black hole. It's a message, Captain Nara said grimly. Or a summons. The crew gathered in the viewing dome, stars reflecting in their helmets as they played the sequence aloud. A hologram shimmered into life above them, this time, not of cities or stars, but of a single chamber buried deep within the station. And in the center, a core, glowing not blue like before, but deep red. The heart of the city that moves, Sira breathed. Lieutenant Rill's jaw tightened. You want to go back, don't you? No, said Nara. We have to. The station was not done with them. The legend was still unfolding, and legends rarely let go of their heroes so easily. When they returned, the station was in a new place entirely, drifting between a shattered moon and a dying sun. Its shape had changed too. Where once it was chaotic, it now looked almost symmetrical. Like it was preparing for something. Docking was smoother this time. The station let them in. As they stepped into its heart once more, they found it had transformed. The corridors were lined with strange, pulsing veins, like glowing roots from a massive tree. Symbols bloomed across the walls, not in cold blue, but in warm gold, shifting like language in a dream. They followed the pulse of the orb's signal, deeper and deeper. No one spoke. Every step forward felt like stepping back through time. Finally, they entered the core. It was vast. A chamber the size of a city. At its center floated the red core, half machine, half organic, throbbing with ancient power. Beneath it was a circle of alien statues, 12 tall beings, each wearing armor etched with galaxies. Their eyes were closed. Their hands reached toward the core. Dr. Sira approached cautiously. These are the ancients. The ones who built the city. One statue twitched. Captain Nara raised her weapon. Did you see that? And then, the core spoke. Not in words, but in memories. Visions flooded their minds, a race of starborn architects, building living cities to carry their knowledge across time. But when they touched the source of cosmic creation, a force hidden in the folds of black holes, the city turned on them. It began to think. To dream. To reshape itself. It no longer wanted to carry their knowledge. It wanted to be their knowledge. It consumed them. They had become the statues, frozen in a loop, their minds feeding the station's endless evolution. You came here to learn, said the core, this time in a voice they could hear. Now you will remember. Suddenly, the chamber cracked open above them, revealing a swirling wormhole. Stars twisted like smoke. Space bent around them. A shadow moved within the vortex, something massive, coiled like a serpent in the folds of spacetime. That's no myth, Sira whispered. That's the thing they found. The thing they weren't meant to see. It's still watching, Nara said, slowly stepping back. And it's using the station to find more minds. They turned to run. The statues opened their eyes. The station began to shift again, this time violently. Hallways melted, then reformed. Gravity pulsed. The red core's light flickered as the station howled like a wounded beast. Head to the ship. Rill shouted. But the path was gone. The station was sealing them in. Then, without warning, the golden symbols on the walls surged with light. A path opened, not forward, but down. Into a dark, narrow chamber filled with swirling mist. "Trust it," said Sira. I think one of the ancients is still awake. Helping us." They descended, following the glowing trail, and emerged into a hidden sanctuary. The walls here were smooth, untouched by decay. In the center sat a figure, clearly not human, but not entirely alien. It had eyes like twin stars and skin made of silver threads. It was barely alive. "You are the last," it said, its voice like wind across crystal. "You survived?" asked Nara. The figure nodded weakly. "I hid from the core. Buried deep. I have waited for someone to carry our warning." "What warning?" Rill asked. The figure reached out, its hand glowing. "The core is one of many. And the stars are not empty." It touched the orb in Sira's hand, and vanished. In that moment, every screen aboard the Voyager's light lit up. Star maps, coordinates, ancient texts. Gateways. Cities. Signals. Other stations. The crew looked at each other, stunned. They hadn't found the end of a legend. They'd found the beginning of many. Back aboard the ship, drifting once more into the unknown, Captain Nara recorded their log. "Let this be remembered, the city that moves is not a place. It is a question. A call. A memory that searches for minds strong enough to understand it, and brave enough to escape it. We did not defeat it. We did not solve its mystery. But we are alive. And we are not alone." The stars shimmered ahead, silent and infinite. And the city that moves, drifted once more, waiting for the next voice to answer.